Good morning. This is Akashvani. I'm Sunil Verma with World News. The headlines. Intense clashes erupt along Pakistan-Afghanistan border after attack by Taliban on Pakistani military posts following airstrike in Kabul. Bangladesh Army takes into custody 15 serving officers over involvement in enforced disappearance cases. Canadian Foreign Minister Anita Anand to arrive in New Delhi tonight on a 3-day visit to India. Hollywood icon Diane Keaton passes away at the age of 79. And in Women's ODI Cricket World Cup, India to take on Australia in Visakhapatnam this afternoon. Intense clashes erupted along the Pakistan-Afghanistan border last night after an attack by the Taliban on Pakistani military posts. The escalation comes after a Pakistani airstrike in Kabul this week, as reported by security officials from both nations. More from our correspondent.
According to senior Taliban officials, their forces launched armed reprisals against Pakistani troops, alleging that Islamabad had conducted airstrikes on Afghan territory. They claim to have seized 2 Pakistani border posts in the southern province of Helmand, which was confirmed by local authorities. Pakistani security officials acknowledged clashes at several border locations, stating they were responding forcefully. On Thursday, 2 explosions were reported in the Afghan capital and another in southeastern Afghanistan. The Taliban-run Defense Ministry subsequently accused Pakistan of violating its sovereignty in connection with the attacks. While Islamabad has not explicitly claimed responsibility for the attacks, it has called on Kabul to cease harboring the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. The Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan is accused of killing hundreds of Pakistani soldiers since 2021 and is believed to have received combat training in Afghanistan, sharing ideological ties with the Afghan Taliban. Relations between Afghanistan and Pakistan have been strained in recent months due to Islamabad's accusation that Kabul is harboring Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, which carried out attacks on Pakistan. The two countries share a nearly 2,600-kilometer rugged and mountainous border known as the Durand Line. Swati Rakheja for World News.
Afghan Foreign Minister Maulvi Amir Khan Muttaqi, who is in India for a week-long diplomatic visit, will visit Taj Mahal in Agra today. He will then attend a meeting with industry and business representatives in New Delhi. Muttaqi is also likely to hold a separate meeting with National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. This meeting is likely to discuss issues related to security, counter-terrorism, humanitarian aid and visas for Afghan students and businessmen. The Bangladesh Army has said that 15 officers have been taken into custody after the International Crimes Tribunal, ICT, issued arrest warrants against them for alleged involvement in enforced disappearances and crimes against humanity. Addressing a press conference at the Dhaka cantonment, Major General Muhammad Hakimuzzaman said that among those detained, 14 are currently serving officers and 1 is on leave pending retirement, LPR. Another officer, identified as Major General Kabir, has not responded to the Army's notice and remains unaccounted for. The ICT on Wednesday had issued warrants for 30 individuals in 2 separate cases involving the disappearances and torture of opposition figures during the Awami League government. In Egypt, 3 Qatari diplomats were killed in a car crash yesterday while heading to Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh. 2 other diplomats were injured in the mishap. The diplomats, who were from the Qatari protocol team, were traveling to the city ahead of a high-level summit celebrating a ceasefire in the war between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. Qatar mediated the ceasefire along with Egypt and the US. Turkey also joined the negotiations earlier this month in Egypt. Sharm el-Sheikh will host the summit, to be co-chaired by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi of Egypt and US President Donald Trump. More than 24 world leaders, including French President Emmanuel Macron, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, and United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres will attend the summit. Iraqi government has criticized the recent U.S. Treasury sanctions imposed on Iraq's entities. The U.S. Department of the Treasury announced the sanctions on Thursday, which it said aimed to take action against individuals and companies that assist the Iranian regime in evading US sanctions, smuggling weapons, and engaging in widespread corruption in Iraq. This is Akashwani giving you the world news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts. And for details of stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download News on AIR app. Seychelles opposition leader Dr. Patrick Herminy has won the country's presidential race, defeating incumbent leader Wavel Ramkalawan in a runoff vote. Dr. Herminy won 52.7% of the vote, while Ramkalawan took 47.3%. The vote headed to a runoff after Dr. Herminy of United Seychelles Party and his main challenger, outgoing President Wavel Ramkalawan, failed last month to secure an outright majority of more than 50%. Dr. Herminy pledged in his victory speech to lower the cost of living, revive public services and unite the island nation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended his wishes to Dr. Patrick Herminy on his victory in the presidential elections in Seychelles. In a social media post, the Prime Minister expressed confidence that the time-tested and multifaceted relations between India and Seychelles will deepen and gain further momentum during Dr. Herminy's tenure as president. Canadian Foreign Minister Anita Anand will arrive in New Delhi tonight on a 3-day visit to India. During her visit, Ms. Anand will meet External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal to discuss cooperation in trade, energy and security. She will also meet business leaders in Mumbai to promote investment and job creation. The visit comes amid efforts to rebuild strained India-Canada relations following recent high-level engagements and diplomatic appointments. It will also aim to strengthen ties under Canada's Indo-Pacific strategy. From India, the Canadian Foreign Minister will travel to Singapore and China. Hollywood legend Diane Keaton passed away at the age of 79 in California yesterday. Keaton, known for her distinctive comedic timing and timeless style, starred in more than 60 films over a career spanning 5 decades. We have a report.
The Hollywood icon Diane Keaton made her film debut in the 1970 romantic comedy Lovers and Other Strangers and went on to achieve international acclaim with the portrayal of Annie Hall in Woody Allen's 1977 classic, a performance that earned her the Academy Award, Golden Globe and BAFTA for Best Actress. Her memorable roles also included appearances in Francis Ford Coppola acclaimed The Godfather trilogy, Manhattan, Father of the Bride and The First Wives Club. She earned 3 additional Oscar nominations for Ritz, Marvin's Room and Something's Gotta Give. Her most recent appearance was in the 2024 comedy film Summer Camp. In addition to acting, the legendary actress directed several projects, including the 1995 film Unstrung Heroes, which was screened at the Cannes Film Festival's En Sarti Regarde section. Renowned for her distinctive fashion sense, often marked by menswear-inspired looks and wide-brimmed hats, Keaton remained an enduring symbol of individuality and charm. Kaumudi Parekh for World News.
In ICC Women's ODI Cricket World Cup, India will take on Australia in Visakhapatnam today. The match will start at 3 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Both teams began the tournament as favourites, but Australia hold a definite edge in the match as the only undefeated team after the first 3 group stage matches. Meanwhile, India were handed their first loss of the World Cup when South Africa pulled off a 3-wicket win on Thursday. And now, before we close, here are the highlights of the bulletin. Intense clashes erupt along Pakistan-Afghanistan border after attack by Taliban on Pakistani military posts following airstrike in Kabul. Bangladesh Army takes into custody 15 serving officers over involvement in enforced disappearance cases. Canadian Foreign Minister Anita Anand to arrive in New Delhi tonight on a 3-day visit to India. Hollywood icon Diane Keaton passes away at the age of 79. And in Women's ODI Cricket World Cup, India to take on Australia in Visakhapatnam this afternoon. And that is the end of this news bulletin.